That's a story that a lot of Kenyans have been keeping an eye on, knowing very well that the size of deposits with the bank were quite significant. We'll be training our cameras on that story in the coming days. Well, moving on, the Capital Markets Authority has issued the Nairobi Securities Exchange with license to operationalize the derivatives market. This comes after months of review of the system, market participants and findings from its own technical policy committee. The derivatives market is one of the key targets for the CMA, and so far the regulator has set out the rules for market players. Kenya's regulatory framework on the planned exchange has been aligned to the International Organization of Securities Commission principles and takes into account the country's status as a developing economy. The BOUS has over the past months conducted simulations of trading on the market before being launched in the first quarter of 2016. The NSE is currently aligning its system with that of the Central Depository and Settlement Corporation to ensure real-time settlements. Well, Google has announced plans to invest 4 billion shillings to buy a 12.5% stake in Lake Turkana wind power project. The deal signed on Wednesday makes the global IT giant the first U.S. private investor to back the project. The wind power project broke ground in July, 4 years behind its initial 2011 start date. The project, hailed as Africa's largest wind power project, will generate 310 megawatts once complete. Lake Turkana Wind Power has already signed a power purchase agreement with Kenya Power at 8 shillings and 20 cents per unit for a 20-year period. Google joins a diverse group of international investors in the project, including the Overseas Private Investment Corporation, the U.S. government's Development Finance Institution, and Vestas, which is also supplying turbines for the wind farm. Kenya has shifted its power generation focus to renewable sources such as geothermal, wind and hydropower. It targets to expand installed capacity by 5,000 megawatts by 2017. Wind power currently generates only 11%. Currently generates 1.1% of Kenya's energy mix compared to hydro's 36% and geothermal's 26%.
1.9 megawatts at our campus in California, and we've continued to invest. So far we invested about $2 billion and potential generation of about 2.5 gigawatts of power. In Africa, we have, as I mentioned before, invested in South Africa in the Jasper solar project, which is the largest. That's 96 megawatts. Now this one in Kenya is 310 megawatts. So we're excited that in line with what we consider to be not just a sound financial investment, it is also a case where we have impact and change.